Hello and welcome to another video from Bali. I have changed my villa and I'm just so happy with where I am. So this video is specifically for those people who are finding themselves stuck in their life. They know that they want more, they want to move more, they want to have more, they want to achieve more, but they're not able to get out of this current state because they're stuck there. Or it is also for those people who are already in movement, but they don't know where they're going. Yes, they are going somewhere, but they don't know where they're going. So we're gonna dive deep into this very interesting concept, which is super powerful, which I have mastered over 10 years of me internally searching for what's best for me and what's not, and why I was being stuck in different stages of my life. You don't have to spend 10 years. That's why I'm making this video. My purpose is to share what I have discovered from my 10 years of searching so that you can make it faster for yourself. So the concept is risk and reward. I'm pretty sure you have thought about these words earlier in your life because these are very common words. What we usually think of is, what is the risk of moving forward? What's the risk if I change my job, if I change my business, if I start a business, if I get into a relationship? We think about these risks. And about reward, we're very much familiar of the reward of staying where we are right now in life. Whether you know it consciously or unconsciously, you're very much familiar with the reward of staying where you are. Now, thinking about risk and reward in these terms is very regressive. It's gonna keep you where you are because you're not thinking of, okay, there are so many mosquitoes here. The risk of the cost of making this video is getting bitten by mosquitoes. But I want you to make one shift in your thinking. You're anyway gonna think of risk and reward, but you're gonna change the focus point. What I mean by that is, have you thought of the risk of staying where you are? Imagine staying in the same relationship which is not serving you. Staying in the same job which is not serving you emotionally, mentally, financially. Staying in a state where you're not starting your business with your passion because it's just safer, right? Your money is safe with you. You're not taking a bet on yourself. Imagine the risk of staying where you are. Imagine the risk of having the same habits that you have, same financial habits, same habits with your body. You're waking up late, or if you're waking up early, you're waking up cranky, you're living in a survival mode. Imagine the risk of living in a survival mode. Now, it only works if you are willing to sit and introspect for yourself and really get naked with yourself that, fuck man, what is the risk of staying where I am, being the same person? Your mind is very shrewd. It is very smart in protecting you. So it will always give you this carrot moment that, you know what, it's fine. Don't take any big major decision right now. In fact, don't take any decision right now because you know what, in the future, when we have more money, more time, or more of whatever, we're gonna do it then. Imagine since how long you've been thinking of that. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to live in this awesome as fuck world in the kind of life that you're living right now if you're unhappy? Is it worth it? Now that's a risk of staying where you are. I want you to pause this video and write it down. What is the reward of taking that one step that you've been thinking of since a while? What's the reward of that? What's the reward of making some changes in your habits? What's the reward of investing in a business? What's the reward of investing in a coach? What's the reward of changing your eating habits, investing more in healthier foods? Whatever that is you want, what's the reward of that? What's the reward of making that one shift, 1% move, one step? What's the reward of that? The more you enroll yourself in this kind of thought process, in this kind of thinking, the more you enroll yourself in that, the more you create a momentum in this direction, the more you're gonna understand how much that shifting is gonna benefit you, and you're gonna be very clearly seeing the risk of not moving. Risk of not moving isn't just staying where you are. Either we're going up in life or we're going down in life. Nature is never stagnant. If you think I don't take the decision right now, it doesn't mean that you're going to stay where you are. Either you're growing or you're decaying. I really want you to be present with these two things, these two factors: the risk of staying where you are and the reward of taking that one step that you've been sitting on since a while. And you know, a lot of times we think that in order for us to have 10x of the money or more money, whatever that is for you, more success, right, more fame, you have to do some major drastic changes, and our brain is never ready for that. That's the most false thing that you can think of. It's so untrue. Growth doesn't come with one major decision. Major decisions happen as part of the process when they happen, if they happen. if you choose to take them. Progress and growth and success is aggregation of small steps, and our mind is so attached to being safe and protected and in familiar states that it won't even let you take those small steps. If you are really good at something and you know that you love doing that, right, and you want to start freelancing or start a business in that, and you're in a job right now which pays you well every month, there's so much certainty, your mind thinks that if I want to pursue my passion, I will have to quit my job. That's not true. What if you just start creating content around that passion? What if you start talking to people, you know what, this is what I do. What if you start putting this out there in your circle that, hey, I'm thinking of starting this passion. Can I help you in some way? Let's say you love social media and you're working in sales, let's say, I don't know. You start reaching out to people that, hey, what if I help you out in this? I won't charge anything, right? I'm just starting up and building some flow here. What if I help you in this? You have no freaking idea how this small of an act is going to impact a multi-million dollar that you can create in the future. And as Steve Jobs says, that the dots connect only when you look back, not looking forward. But the visionary connect the dots looking forward. And we don't become visionary from day one. We become visionary when we have put ourselves in the game for long enough. Then we are able to identify patterns. Then we are able to sense that if you're taking a very small actions, seemingly small action in your business or in your life, it can have a massive impact in your life and business later on, because it always compounds. Everything compounds. If you're sitting on your ass and not taking actions in the direction you want to, it's compounding in a negative way. And if you are taking small actions which just seem so foolish to your environment, people come to you and say that, what are you doing? It's not going to take you anywhere. It doesn't work like that. Business is not for everybody. Even in the face of that, if you're taking those 1% actions, it's going to compound so massively. I can say that right now, sitting in my super gorgeous villa, I have the best clients to work with from all over the world. My group coaching is running so beautifully. I can say this right now because it wasn't always the case. I was highly depressed on medication. I wouldn't even leave my room, let alone live in a new country all by myself, and it doesn't feel like a big deal. Why? Because the Yuvika, which was really scared to leave her room, she would be in bed for three months. That's a lot of time, and she was so depressed. She started to take 0.1% steps towards a better future. Not even 1%, because 1% was too big at that time when I was highly depressed. And right now, I get to juice it up. Like I get to eat the fruit of the seeds that Yuvika sowed. And the Yuvika 5 years down the line is gonna eat the fruit of the seeds that I'm sowing right now. And I know it's all a game of 1% shift. A lot of times, the perspectives that you are holding are keeping you where you are. And they're so legit, verifiable, justifiable perspectives. And especially, they're very validation oriented from your external environment, from your parents, from your friends, that you stick to them way more than you even think about or consider your dream. Because I'm a woman, I can't do this. Because I'm a man, I have 3 kids, I can't do that. Because I don't have enough money for the capital, I can't do the XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm new in this industry, I can't change my industry. All these because are totally valid till the time you choose to keep them valid in your life. The moment you start to question your strongly held beliefs and perspectives and just start opening yourself up to consider new beliefs, not believe in them, consider new beliefs, that's the day you're gonna start receiving new perspectives in your environment. In the same environment, you're gonna be receiving new perspectives, you're gonna be seeing new examples. In the last 2 months, I've been observing how my mindset has broadened when I started considering those shifts in my business or new businesses, which earlier I did not believe that as a woman I can thrive in, and especially real estate. In the last 2 months in Bali, my mind has opened up to, you know what, you putting in money in a new market, having read and understood and researched the market, you putting that money knowing that it can give you XYZ outcome. It has nothing to do with whether you're a woman or you're a man. Yes, it has something to do with your strengths. You might might not carry some of the strengths that are required for that decision. Cool. What can make that, what can fulfill that, right? You don't have to do everything. Maybe you can bring in a partner who has those strengths. Maybe you don't love doing certain things which are required for this project of yours. Cool. You don't have to do them. You can bring someone in. In what format? You decide. Maybe a contract, maybe a full-fledged partner, maybe an investor, whatever that is, you decide. But you only open yourself up to all these things when you have moved on from your current strongly held perspectives. The reason why you're still holding on to those limiting perspectives is because there is a reward for staying where you are, and you haven't acquainted yourself enough with the risk of staying where you are. And again, I'm repeating the same thing. I'm gonna burst your bubble. If you think that it's okay, I can be here till a certain point, 1 year, 2 years, whatever that is you've decided for yourself, it's gonna be the same. Like, I'm gonna be here. You're never at one state. Either you're going up or you're going down. You're decaying. So ask yourself that having the current beliefs, behaviors, and actions, am I actually growing in life or am I decaying in life? It's a tough conversation to have yourself. How does it feel to really acknowledge that, you know what, because of my choices right now in life, I'm actually decaying? Nobody's gonna love hearing that from their own selves, but it holds power of honesty with yourself. You're not fooling yourself anymore. You may choose to be in that state knowing that this is the state I am, which is far better than fooling yourself that, you know what, let me just sit on my ass and not make any progress. We can do that later as well. And second thing that's gonna help you a lot is just check with yourself, since when are you thinking the same thing? Has it been 6 months, 1 year? I kid you not. The clients that I work with, they've been sitting on certain things that they're now doing, but they're sitting on those things since 10 years. And you have those examples in your life as well. Think of those things that you've been wanting to change in your life, you've wanting to do since 10 years and you've still not started doing it. So when is the right time? If this is not the right time, then when? And why is there a different time that is a better time right now? Get present with that, and you will start realizing all the reasons that you have given yourself. And I kid you not, you don't need to do any massive changes in your life. Massive changes are not sustainable. When they happen in a momentum, yes, great. Those massive changes are gonna give you even more results. But if you just wake up one day and you decide that, you know what, I'm gonna stop drinking, you know what, I'm gonna leave my job now and whatever, you're putting yourself in a state where you may have to pay a bigger cost for that later, because that was not a well thought of decision, number one. And number two, you didn't really alter your state of being. You didn't change your mindset, and you just took that impulsive decision. It's gonna kick your ass. And a lot of times I hear this from people that, you know what, Yuvika, I tried entrepreneurship 2 years back. It's not for me. I lost my money. Are you the same person right now? Did you do the foundational work of really building a very strong mindset? And more than strong, I would say growth mindset. Were you adaptable to new things that you were getting? In my business, I am so present to the insights I get every day. When I get on a sales call and it doesn't convert into something, those are the best moments for me to retrieve as much information as I can about myself, my business, and my offering. Sometimes I realize that these are the kind of people I don't want to work with. Sometimes I realize, oh, I might not believe in my product that much. Oh, maybe I want to work with different kind of people. There's just so much gold and insight in something not working your way. Earlier, with a very fixed mindset, and I would say very ego-triggered mindset, I would get into this black hole of maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not meant for this, maybe other people are better because they have been doing it since a while, maybe because I'm a woman, maybe because I'm an Indian, blah, 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 blah. The egocentric mind would then tell you that, you know what, this is a good enough reason for you to take 5 steps back, or maybe just quit. Every time a ball drops, it's like gold dropping from the sky. You're literally getting the best insights possible about yourself and everything related to you. And if you're able to catch that and get your insights and change whatever needs to be changed, or add something that needs to be added, you're gonna run like nobody else runs in your life. That is where the growth lies. So, quick journaling exercise for you on risk and reward. First of all, I want you to look at what's the risk of staying where you are. Ask this question every day, in the morning and the evening, for 5 days. Second is, what is the reward of making a move? One small move. What is the reward of making that move? And then after these 2 exercises, do this for 5 days. After these 2 exercises, I just want you to make a list of 1% movements. What does that mean? That means that you have to think of the smallest of the actions you can take in the direction of the life you want to live. Smallest, they seem so insignificant that you think that they don't even deserve to be in your list. If you're thinking like that, then you have to put that in the list. You're thinking in the right direction. Something as small as, let me just mail this company a proposition that I've been thinking. In fact, I would go a step back. Let me just draft a mail. Let me just get their mail. That also goes in the list, right? I want to break your actions into way smaller actions and put that in the list. Open your list every day, or maybe 3 times a week. Open your list, scroll through it, and ask yourself, what can we do today which seems fun? That's it. That's all you got to ask yourself. Whichever thing feels light or exciting, even if not exciting, it feels light, it speaks to you, shut your brain, go do that with no expectations from yourself or from that action. You're not seeking for any result. You don't care about the result. You just care about shutting your brain and doing it. Do that for 1 week, and then this is the last journaling exercise I'm giving you. Write down after that 1 week all that you discovered. That's it. Discovered about yourself, the other person, the world, the business, whatever. And how do you feel? I promise you that if you do this just for 1 week, that's it, just for 1 week, you're gonna have way more insight than you did in the last 6 months. That's it. That's the work you gotta do. So I'll leave you here. Mosquitoes have bitten my legs entirely. I'm gonna go, and if you are somebody who wants to get in a program where it's easier for you to introspect and work on all of that, then you are at the right place. We're gonna start our group coaching very soon. If you want details for that, you can type in the comment coaching and you will get the details. It's a 3 months program. Awesome community, very progressive community. We meet twice a week. It's very interactive, so you get to get coaching from me like in real time. You guys also get coaching in our online community. So every day, if you have any question, you post in the group, other people come in and help you, and also I am always there to help my students, to help my clients. And the best thing about our coaching is that our community is international. In the last program, we had people from about 10-ish countries, and that adds a lot of flavor and depth to everybody's experience, because we all learn from each other's experience. So if this is something that you want to get into, then you're more than welcome. I also do one-on-one coachings, but we are sold out right now. If you want to enter our waiting list, then again there is a link in our description, and we can always discuss when we have our next slots open up. You can at least join the waiting list. So this is Yuvika. I am wishing the best for you, and I'm also wishing 1% progress for you today. Thank you.